Hello ladies and gentlemen, it's your host with the most, Avery LR32 here, with my very first video on the brand new rebooted channel. You could pretty much call it Avery LR32 2.0 really. But anyways, let's jump into this video because I want to hop into the discussion. I've already had to do 3 takes of this, and it's pissed me off every time, so I just want to get on with this. So today I'm talking to you guys about Cyber Dragons and why they're good meta card right now. Now you're probably wondering, what in the world are you thinking? This deck is horrible. Yes and no. Let's look at QUILPHORTs here for a second. QUILPHORTs. They're all machine. They use cards like limiter removal. They drop everything on the board, and they don't care if it works or not because they're all big-ass beat sticks anyway. Does that sound like anything familiar? Let me think. Cyber Dragons. They pretty much did the exact same thing, just to a much lesser degree when the deck first came out. You run cards like Machine Duplication to get out multiple Cyber Dragon cores. You run cards like Cyber Dragon and Power Bond to fuse into big ass beaters like I almost said Cyber End Over Dragon. Cyber End Dragon, make an 8,000 beater and just swing in for game. On top of that, you also have to keep in mind that the deck does have Chimera Tech Fortress Dragon in the extra deck. So, and you run 3 Cyber Dragons in the main deck, and the only way that you're really going to lose is if you lose all 3 of your Cyber Dragons to like your Banished Zone, which you can just run Burial from the different dimension in your side or possibly even your main if you really need to. So this is looking like a really good meta card right now for QUILPHORTs. I'm not kidding you guys. I'm sure you guys are thinking that I'm crazy, but really I'm not. I've been away for probably like a month now because of school and work, but I'm not crazy. I've thought about this for like about a week and a half now actually, and I have a regional coming up soon, so I figure, well, now is as good a time as any to make it. The thing is with Cyber Dragons is that the deck OTKs like crazy, and what we've done in the past, especially with OTK decks that are similar like QUILPHORTs, just to a lesser degree, we've pretty much fought OTK decks by fighting fire with fire. OTK versus OTK, whoever can OTK first wins. Shadalls have overall a pretty bad matchup depending on how you open and kind of like how the game plays out. Shadalls can have a bad matchup against QUILPHORTs. So, and that's because of the fact that they're a controlling deck. So really, everyone's freaking out about trying to figure out how you can beat QUILPHORTs because there's really no outs to Pendulums right now. And honestly, I'd say go with Cyber Dragons. You need a cheap deck to build and you want a good meta call, go with Cyber Dragons. Or even, there was recently a Monarch build that some guy released on TCG Player, one of the earlier articles, and it's actually pretty good. My dad has been playtesting it, and basically the lock is Royal Decree, March of the Monarchs, Vanity's Fiend, and Majesty's Fiend. There's literally nothing you can do to get out of that. I mean, except for like Raigeki. But besides the point, decks like that, if they can get off their locks, then they're gonna win. Decks like Cyber Dragon, with them being able to OTK, just being able to go crazy. Cyber Twin Dragon with Power Bond, 5,600 that can attack twice. Cyber End Dragon at 8,000. Like, there's nothing that QUILPHORTs have that can get over 8,000, let alone 5,600. And keep in mind, they don't lose their boost from Power Bond. You just take damage equal to their original attack. But they keep their big boost as long as they're face up on the field. And like I said before, you get to have the perk of running triple Cyber Dragon with 2 to 3 Chimera Tech Fortress Dragon depending on your build. So you're already at a good advantage against QUILPHORT. You can just drop Cyber Dragon. Oh, you have 5 machines? That's cute. Let's contact fuse on my Cyber Dragon, make a 6,000 beater Chimera Tech Fortress Dragon, while your 2 Pendulum monsters sit on the field against my 6,000 beater Chimera Tech. And unless you have a Book of Moon, which I'm pretty sure you don't, you're going to be losing this game. So, and you guys are probably thinking, well, the deck beats itself. Yes, it does. One of the issues that it has had in the past is that it beats itself. Like, you go Power Bond, and you can't win that turn, you pretty much just lose. We do have cards like Triple MST, Triple Trap Stun, Triple Royal Decree. We have all these cards to be able to stop back row, which is another reason why it can lose to other decks. Besides beating itself, it just loses to back row. And I agree, it does lose to back row. But keep in mind, QUILPHORTs also have that issue in a way. But keep in mind, they run Trap Stun, Wiretaps, and all that fun stuff. Now, they do run Skill Drain, which is why you would have to kind of go yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Kind of go ham on the back row removal, like with Triple MST and Triple Trap Stun, or even Triple Royal Decree, something of that nature, so that QUILPHORTs can't just pull out Skill Drain on you and be like, oh, your 6,000 Chimera Tech Fortress Dragon Yeah, that was looking really cute a couple seconds ago before I played that skill drain. How's it feeling now? So, anyways, this has just been something that's been on my mind for a little bit. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Do you think Cyber Dragons are a good meta call against QUILPHORTs? Do you think that they're a good meta call in general? Because, you know, an OTK deck like this can pretty much outpace control decks like Shadal's, Hat, and stuff like that. When I played the deck when the deck first came out, I was easily outpacing decks like Fire King, Fire Fist, Hat a little bit, but unless they got their back row set, then it's kind of just like GG. Um, but other than that, you know, in my personal opinion, I really think that this deck has a good chance to compete right now, just because, you know, like, okay, let's say you're going to a regional this upcoming weekend. Raise your hand. I don't care if you're watching this on your phone, sitting on the toilet, if you're in public, whatever. Raise your hand in the air if you are preparing for a Cyber Dragon matchup at your next big event, whether it be an ARG, regional, or whatever. I'm not raising my hand. You should not be either. Thank you guys for watching. Like or favorite, we appreciate it. Let me know what you think in the comments below, and I'll talk to you later.